What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. Today guys, as you can probably tell by the title, we have picked up a mammoth player for our squad. Eden Hazard has been purchased, 525,000 coins, 5 goals, 7 games, 3 assists. You of course are going to see some of the Foot Champs games today. But before we get into that, I want to show you what we sold, where the team's at and where I'm going next. We've got 127,000 coins. We're currently 8-2 after 10. One of the losses was that loss from yesterday, fair loss against a strong team with a strong player. We just couldn't compete in that game. And then one of the losses you'll see today came from a game where it was one of those games, man. It's like my players all forgot how to shoot. I hit the post 4 or 5 times. I missed sitters, I had input delay. It was stressful, but 8-2 is not bad. I think we're better off than where we were last week. I think might have even been 6-3 or 6-4 after 10 last week. So we sold Chiellini for 40k, we bought him for 30k, we sold Busquets for a bit of profit. Basically all of these high rated cards we sold for a bit of profit. I sold Gareth Bale, I took a little bit of a loss on him. He just wasn't it, man. Maybe if we started him and got him the full chem boost, he would have been a bit better. And I could have done with what we're going to do for the next episode. But I've only just kind of figured out where I'm going with this team in that regard. But even then, he had 12 games, 6 goals, 6 assists, and he just really wasn't getting involved. So I wanted to get rid of him to pick up Eden Hazard. Mesut Ozil actually took a bit of a loss on, and then some of the MLS defenders are selling, and some of the bronzes are selling just because people are stupid and they always buy things for a price that they don't need to. And then on top of that, we've got a few things here. So Doherty, I've just relisted these a few minutes ago. Once Doherty, Di Maria, Santi and William Jose sell, which I've got 2 of, and Rakitic, we'll have a really healthy amount of coins to be able to go and buy Sergio Ramos, who's going to go into our squad next. And we've also got a few others, Bonucci and Isco. I purchased them and they're still the same price what I purchased them for. So Bonucci, Isco, Zapata, and a few other 84s and such that are available. And as you guys may or may not know, I'm not doing Aubameyang. It's a crazy, crazy price for a card that's just not worth 500,000 coins untradeable in a million years. So the team looks like this currently. We're subbing Eden Hazard in to the cam role. I've just put Ndombele into the team. We haven't started him yet. He's going to be my right centre mid instead of Pukki. I have a feeling he's just going to be a bit of a machine there. We give him a good defensive boost, a good passing boost. His dribbling is already real nice. His physicals are nice and his pace is good. Sure, he can't shoot, but that's not what we're going to be using him for anyway. And then Gbamin gets subbed off for Eden Hazard straight away. And it leaves our bench in a really good spot as well. But what we're going to do for tomorrow's episode, once some of those items sell, and once I can up my team a little bit extra here or there, we are going to go for this as the lineup. So we're going to put Walcott, Gbamin and Pepe up top, and we're still going to sub in another player. We're then going to start Allen on 8, Hazard on 7, and Vidal on 10. And then the back line with Sergio Ramos and Eder Militao all on 10 with Neto in goal. And I'm tempted to put Modric in instead of Arturo Vidal. He'll also get full chemistry as well there. I have to have like a proper little think about exactly what I want from the team, because I do like Vidal a lot actually, to the point where I might put Tellez at right back, Allen at right centre mid in that setup, so that I can start Vidal, Modric and Eden Hazard, because then I could put Eden Hazard at left wing and start him on full chem up there. That would just then give me a stress to start Pepe or Walcott on full chem, and we'd lose one of those. But that's where the team is right now. And in terms of objectives, of course, icon swaps will come out, and I keep getting asked a lot, who am I going for? Well, in terms of season objectives anyway, we're nearly at level 23 now, the Rare Electrum Players Pack. We probably be able to get to level 24 in the next couple of days as well, once we start going through these objectives. I've already into week 3 silver. All of this can be done in offline game modes, so I'll just get this done at my own discretion. And then next week, we'll focus on the week 3 gold, which is scoring goals and getting assists with silver players. We can work on that again next week. There's no rush for that. We've actually got 2 weeks for these, obviously, and then I've done everything else. And then in terms of icon swaps, score 20 in Rivals, we'll get that done, no problem at all, over the course of the weeks as well. And play 20, we're already 6 out of 20 for playing matches in FUT with first own players. I wish here again, I don't know why it's all Rivals. Just put it Rivals and Champs, or Champs. I don't know why they're strictly putting it into Rivals, but that's their prerogative. And then we're working on the offline stuff as well. So Golden Battles, we're 2 out of 6, and Eredivisie, we're 2 out of 5. I'll work on the MLS and the CSL after that as well. And then swaps online, we'll do, I mean, we've done 3 out of 9 champs games, and then the rest of it we'll just do in due course throughout the course of the weeks. Again, lots of, it'll be fun building up our squads, to be fair. For squad battles, we're currently in gold 3 or gold 2. Gold 2. I'm only going to play to elite 3 this week, just whilst getting some of those objectives done, because next week I want to push for top 100 again. I haven't hit top 100 more than once so far this year. Last week it was 101 to 102,000 points, and then this week it is looking to be about 103, 104,000 points by the time it caps out. Maybe not actually, maybe 102. And that's really easy to get. To get 10,000 points a set isn't difficult, especially now that my team is even better. There's no real reason why I can't absolutely dominate the small squads and the big squads alike. And so this week, as I say, I'm not going to be doing it because I want to focus on the squad battle stuff to get it to get the icon tokens. Not that it matters, because for me, I have to wait until season 1 ends in 27 to 28 days before I can actually go and get Ian Wright, because he is 16 tokens. So I might get Guardiola, because I think he's going to be the second guy that I get, right? So he's 8 tokens and Ian Wright is 16 tokens. So I would need all 24 to get the pair of them. I could also get JJ Okocha. I don't really want him. So Ian Wright's coming into my squad no matter what. But like I say, it's 16 tokens for him. The bonus to getting Guardiola now and then saving tokens and getting Wright later is that I'll have an icon into my team. And Guardiola's not bad either. And having Guardiola and Allen in the team might be quite good and a lot of fun. And we can link him obviously to Eder Militao and Sergio Ramos. We can link him to Arturo Vidal. Instead of getting Modric, we could just go and get our 6 tokens, go and get him, have him as our CDM, have Allen and Vidal as our centre mids, or even Allen and Modric as our centre mids, has our Pepe and Walcott up front. Brilliant, right? Not bad at all. It's a really good setup. This card is decent. It is decent. It is one of the lower tier icons for sure. JJ Okocha I just don't need. I already have so many attacking players. He would just be a waste. And Peter Schmeichel is just, I mean, I'm never ever in a million years going to use that card. So I could get Guardiola now or in this week, basically, pop him into the team, and the next weekend league have Pep Guardiola in a team. Or I could save all 12 tokens so that as soon as the next stuff comes out in 3 weeks, we could just pick up Ian Wright straight away. You know, just go and get 4 quick tokens, 4 of the squad battles tokens, bang, go and get Ian Wright and have him straight into the team. So I don't know. You guys let me know what you think is probably the best way around it. It's probably going to be more sensible to pick up Guardiola now and then get Ian Wright a little bit later. And of course, let me know what you guys are going to do in the comment section, what players you're going to be picking up from the icon swaps for this month, or this next 2 months. And that's where we're at, guys. So there's our squads. That's where the club's at right now. There's no SBCs or anything to do. There's nothing to do in that regard. We're now just going to move on to some more gameplay. But here's Walcott's stats. I know a lot of people asked for it. 45 goals in 41 games and 30 assists. I am really happy we completed him. I know a lot of people were anti-Theo. I think he's been an absolute blessing for the club. He's done wonders. He's really helped change my game. And then Pepe as well, still doing bits for us. 82 and 45 and 107. He plays sometimes striker, sometimes cam. He'll now play just striker, quite simply because Eden Hazard's in that cam role now. So yeah, that's where the squad's at. Let's move into some gameplay. All right, guys, as we go into the gameplay, enjoy some of the Foot Champs games, goals, and happenings here today. Of course, we picked up Eden Hazard. It's good to have him in the team. He is a mile better than Gareth Bale. Gareth Bale was just heavy and clunky and didn't really get much done. Eden Hazard, I'm still trying to figure out his exact sweet spots for power and shots and things like that, but he's doing so much better. But we've got some comments from the last video. Can we stop with the Matt HD Gamer memes in the comment section? I will just start blocking people that post them in there. It's never nice to be rude or aggressive towards another content creator, let alone in somebody else's channel, and then them getting loads of thumbs up and stuff. So if I see any more in there, guys, you will be banned from the channel, just as a word of warning to you. But here we go. So Neymar says, should I sell my high-rated players that I invest in, or should I wait? Will they rise even more? Some of the high-rated players that I bought, Chiellini, Busquets, PK, Cavani, the 88s and above, basically, they went up a good amount. Chiellini went from like 30 to 45k. I don't know what he is now. What a goal that was, by the way. Yeah, Chiellini went up loads. PK went up loads. But the 86s and 85s that I invested in didn't move at all. In fact, they went down a little bit. And it's weird because they're giving out SBCs. You know, of course, people were kind of complaining about the lack of content. And I will say this, I'd be happy with next to no SBCs so long as the content that they did release in SBCs was top tier. And I think so far it's been close enough. The area that I want them to engage more in is season objectives and milestones, of course. So I don't know if they're going to release like loads of SBCs that are going to make these players spike in price. And the fact that you now have icons accessible, there are good SBCs that are accessible. Players in general are cheap, so people have already bought their teams. Like, I don't know how much the high rate players are going to go up or down and when it's worth selling. It's a risk at this stage. EA are seemingly doing everything a little bit differently so that we're not just following the same trends and the same patterns of last year to allow people to just get the easy coins. You know, the next comment is from FIFA Squads. He says, honestly, if EA released a Carlos Vela record breaker card, doing Martinez would be a great idea. And so I don't know if Martinez is available. I'm just gonna have a quick look on Footbin real quick. Is he still there? If they do release Carlos Vela, so Martinez is still there for 3 days, right? I have a feeling they will release Carlos Vela either as a season objective or into packs or as an SBC after Martinez, because they're weird like that. Because if they released Vela now, people will be like, okay, let me do Martinez and get Vela. Now all of a sudden you've got two quite good mid-game cards for a relatively affordable price. And they don't want people to have two cards that they can like sit on now for a good 3 to 5 months. No, what they want is for people to be like, oh, I didn't do this one, I'm not going to do that one, I'm going to go and buy packs or spend my coins elsewhere. And they don't want to give people too much too soon. So I have a feeling we might get Carlos Vela record breaker card after Martinez SBC expires, which would be typical EA and would absolutely suck. Clown says, hey Nep, can you make a full in-depth video on bronze pack method and how to sell items or not to? I used to understand how it worked last year, but not sure this year. It works the same. The problem with bronze pack method is there's no, oh, this guy always sells or that guy always sells. It's a time investment, man. Like you literally just have to go through and just know what sells when and why. So right now, for example, all the good CSL, Eredivisie, and MLS bronzes are selling crazy amounts because they're available to be used in the icon swaps, squad battle stuff. You've then got the Norwegian players, they're selling because they're in marquee matchups. You've got pretty much all rare bronzes are selling for a good price now, like 500 to 1,000 coins. There's not really much else that sells out of bronze packs right now. But in terms of players, the other thing that you just have to always do is just check Footbin, man. Just go to Footbin, go to, again, marquee matchups, for example. If we go to marquee matchups there now, we go to Denmark versus Switzerland. You click on the first one, and then you just look at those players there, right? So there's a rare striker called Noda, a Japanese guy. He's currently 200 on PlayStation and 600 on Xbox. I guarantee if you have him in your club, you'll be able to sell him for 4,000 to 6,000 coins now. And then it will quickly scale down. If you get in at the right time, you'll make bank on it, maybe even 10k. The longer you wait, the quicker that this SBC solution in Footbin dries up, but then a new one comes. And people actually use this as a manipulative technique, which I'm not going to do this year. And I'll explain why I was going to do it this year after last year. But it's too easy to manipulate coins in this manner. If I literally just created, well, I have a Footbin account, right? If I just went up there and spammed a solution with like 3 specific bronzes in, and then did another solution with 8 different bronzes but those same 3 specific bronzes, and then did it again with 8 different bronzes but those same 3 specific bronzes, and I had a trade pile full of those 3 specific bronzes, I could shift them all for 10,000 coins each, right? So I could go and buy 100 of an English left back for 200 coins each, go and list them all up from anywhere from 4k to 10k. You know, if I listed 10 up at 4k, 10 up at 4.5k, 10 up at 5k, all the way up till I've listed all my 100 up, and then started spamming SBC solutions on Footbin with that card in there, you guarantee people start picking them up, buying him, and all of a sudden mine will start going like crazy. And now you've turned a 20,000 coin outlay into 50,000, 100,000, 200,000 coins, right? It's crazy how easy it is to manipulate the market. And the reason why I don't want to do that is because that's not what people do in Road to Glories, and that's not what this Road to Glory should be about. Yeah, sure, it would allow me to get to Cristiano Ronaldo and icons and stuff super quick. I just don't want to do that. I'm happy just farming bronze pack method like normal, selling the players when they're expensive instead of actually engaging and manipulating the market. And I suggest you guys do the same. You know, you can make so many coins off of bronze packs. It's so easy to make the coins. What lovely goal that was from Hazard as well, by the way. Yeah, it's so easy, or it might be Walker actually. It's so easy to just make the profits anyway. Like I was sat here I'm actually recording this while streaming. I was sat here just now opening a few bronze packs for about 10 minutes. We barely went down in coins. We've got loads of players selling. We've added loads more to the club. We're going to make a whole bunch of profit in just like 10 or 15 minutes. The problem with bronze packs, as I say, is it's just extremely time consuming. Checking every bronze player when you pack them to see if they're selling for anything or not. Checking some of the managers, if they're selling or not. There's a lot you have to check. But yeah, I don't know, man. That's where we're at. So Luke says, hey Nep, any tips on how not to rage at this broken game because I'm struggling? That's exactly it, dude. Just remember that it's a broken game. And it is a broken game. Like, there is so much wrong with this game. There is so much so right with this game. And we have talked about this to death. They have got it so close to being unbelievable, but they are so far away with some of the broken mechanics, specifically the unresponsiveness. The goalkeepers still parry way too much. So sometimes the passing mechanics, especially out of your own end, are terrible. And in fact, there was one comment about that. I didn't actually grab it. But passing out of your own end, I don't know what happens. It's hard. It's really hard. You can make the simplest, most obvious pass from somebody who's not under pressure to somebody else who's not under pressure, and the game will just do something crazy. Like, you have no, like, sometimes, like, what I find a lot out of my own end is if I've got the ball with my centre back and I've got a player in midfield who's just wide open and I pass it up to him, one of two things will happen. Number one, it won't lock onto him at all and it will go somewhere completely different. Or number two, it will lock onto the area that he's in, but it will just shoot past him. It will look like you've held triangle as long as you possibly could to try and bomb one up the field, and they just won't be able to pick up like the simplest of balls. And it gets quite triggering and quite frustrating, and it makes you think about how you're to play out of your back line. But I definitely think if somebody's pressuring you, you know, if the AI or your opponent is like kind of pinning you in and putting a lot of pressure on you, sure, defensive mistakes, they're going to happen because players, if they, specifically defenders that have low composure, they're going to make bad passes. They don't have good passing anyway. It all rolls into one. But when you're kind of like comfortable with possession of the ball, there's no pressure on you, those passes just should be accurate. There's no question about it, really. And then the last comment for today is from Ross Cosgrove. He says, is anyone else really struggling to play FIFA with how everyone playing on one depth drop back? Anyone have any tips? I'll give you my biggest tip, dude. Don't go completely against the grain. It works. So for me, I play 7 depth and pressure on heavy touch. What I aim to do is when I lose the ball, my aim is to keep my opponent pinned in so much to actually take advantage of the fact that passing out of your own end is broken, and of the fact that that they got no outlet balls because I'm suffocating them, right? So I play so high and so aggressive that when I lose the ball, I should be winning it back as quick as possible. And that way, you'll dominate possession and chances in general, and you'll eventually break down your opponent and get a goal. If you can't, maybe you need to work on your attacking scenarios a little bit more. And then if you're still getting countered, you got to work on your defending, right? So I was playing one depth drop back last weekend league. I was still getting countered constantly because I have a very heavy possession-based game. I always like to hold the ball and control the game. And so even if you're playing one depth drop back, when you've got the ball in the attacking third for so long, your team just naturally gravitates up the field. You can watch it. Like, look at my players now on the edge of the box a little bit further back. I think that's Ndombele. He's just slowly walking up the field, even though he's set to stay back while attacking. He just slowly walks up the field, and eventually your fullbacks walk up the field. So even though you're on one depth drop back, guess what? If you lose possession, you're going to get countered, right? So what I decided to do was just try and press on that and take advantage of that and go for something a bit more aggressive. And people that play one depth drop back typically panic a lot in defense and typically aren't the greatest defenders. So manipulate that, abuse that, like play aggressive, play 3-5-2, pin them into their own box. So that, guys, is the end of the gameplay. We're currently 12-2 at this current weekend league, which is really good. This is going to be the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.